வாழ்வின் ஒவ்வொரு தருணங்களையும் பூமருடன் கொண்டாடுங்கள். பாரம்பரிய அழகுடன் பரவசமூட்டும் பூமர் மெஜஸ்டிக் கலெக்ஷன்ஸ். ஒவ்வொரு கலர் ஷர்ட்டுடன் மேட்சிங் பார்டர் வேட்டிகள். பூமர் கலர் ஷர்ட் மற்றும் வேட்டிகள்.
Experience 10 days of Grand Europe trip for easy EMI of ₹25,000 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
What made you to become an actor?
So I will speak, as they say, I'll speak the truth, nothing but the truth, you know. So, to be honest, sir, I didn't know what to do in my life.
Oh.
Okay. As when I say that, what made me become a professional actor. So, I wanted to take care of my parents. The cousins around me, you know, all very bright. Couple of cousins in IITs, some of them gold medalists in architecture and, you know, all those kind of things, doctors and everything. And here was I really struggling with academics, struggling with mathematics actually.
Oh.
So, and I had very old parents. My father was born in 1912. I was born in 1965.
Oh,
so
lot of difference.
Yes, lot of difference. And my mother was born in 1929. So they were all very, very old. So as I grew up, I saw that my parents looked a lot like others' grandparents. So growing up, I had this fear that I have to take care of them. I have to find ways to take care of them. So for me, this was the profession. Now, I, of course, loved acting. That's why I used to do acting throughout. But if you ask me what prompted me to become a professional actor, definitely just wanting to earn a living to take care of my parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did you get the first chance in Hindi film?
So before Hindi films, you know, I mean, just to take you back to Delhi. So Delhi, the idea was to first to get a chance in a play itself. How do you get chance in a play? So I remember I was in college. I was in a college called Hindu College, Delhi University. Again, I got admission there thanks to theatre. Okay, because I didn't have otherwise the marks to get there. So as I was studying there, I wanted to do professional theatre because I knew that that is a great place for me
You
to
joined
learn.
a course also there.
Yes, at the National School of Drama.
Yes.
So when we entered that group, the group called Sambhav, they were, you know, senior theatre people. So when I went down to join it, so for the first 1.5 years, I used to be the person for handling chai.
Oh,
You know, get the
just
chai,
help them
yes,
out.
get the chai, get the sets in place, and do the lights, the costumes, get the script cyclo-styled. You know, remember earlier before
Yes,
photocopy,
yes,
cyclo-styling used to be there.
Yes.
So I used to go and get cyclo-styling and get to drop actors because I had a bike. You drop them. And then a year and a half later, I got the first role. So that is how it continued. And then drama school happened, National School of Drama happened. And that's when I really said, now I have to, because my parents were still much, much older. My father had retired. My mother was retiring and she would take extension. So at the core of it was hunger, sir. You know, the hunger to do something. And I recall there was an auditioning happening for a film called Sardar. It was a film being made on Sardar Patel.
Sardar
Ketan
Vallabhbhai
Mehta.
Patel.
That's right. So Ketan Mehta was directing it. So that's where you know, I was picked up as VP Menon. And that was my first break. But my first release was a film called Drohkal, yes.
Your first release could get you national award. How was that moment?
Oh, that moment was so there are, you know, imagine you're making your first film and suddenly you get national award. And I was shooting in a Filmalaya studio and I get the phone call from Govindji. They called me, I pick up the phone, you know, it was public call. They said that you won the national award. I didn't know what to do. And I was shooting there outside. So I said, okay. Then Govindji said that you must come down, there's this mainland China, it's in Andheri East. You go and book that place, we'll have an evening party.
Oh.
So I said, okay. And then I put down the phone and the rest of the day I was shooting, 2 hours, I was thinking, means how many people are going to come? Because I had never gone to mainland China, it was too expensive. So I said, party, what's going to happen?
How to manage?
How many people? So I kind of thought, then I finished the shoot and I sat on a bike, went to my dear friend Pradeep, I picked him up and we went down to mainland China. That was in Andheri East and went in and The manager was there. Nobody knew. So he said, hello. I said, there's some get-together this evening. He said, yes. I said, can you just reserve one table for us? So I calculated. I said, Mr. Govind Nihalani will come. I will be there. My friend will be there. And probably one more person. So I said, four people. I booked one table. So 7:30 I got ready and I was just sitting there. Then Govindji walks in. He said, yeah, booked. I said, yeah. Where? I said, that table, sir. He looked at me, what table? Booked this entire section. I said, section? I said, so I said, okay. So I went to the manager. I said, just book this section. Now I'm thinking, 4 people I was thinking how to pay for. Full section, so I'm just looking around. Now, 8:30 onwards, people started coming in. They are hugging me. Amrish ji is coming in. Nasir bhai is coming in. Om ji is coming in. Om Puri Sahab is coming in. You know, they're all coming in, hugging me, and everybody's ordering drinks, and they're having prawns, and you know, all that. I'm thinking.
You were totally panic.
Panic? I'm thinking how many years I have to be washing dishes to pay tonight's meal. I'm looking at that. And then they're offering, what are you having? I said, no, I'm just, they're saying, oh, you must be very excited. I said, yeah. I was trying to save as much money. I said, they said, take some fresh lime. I said, no, sir, today I just want a little warm water. So I'm just taking warm water, adding some lime and drinking. You know, I don't know what to do. So those 2 hours were the most stressful. So the party is getting over, everybody's leaving. I build up my courage. I go to Govindji. And I said, Govindji, please, today, if you can pay, then, you know, next, I'm just thinking in how much time I'll pay him. I said, next a little time I will clear this. He looks at me, he says, it's my party, Ashish.
Great.
I said, it's your party.
Great.
He said, what? I said, please, I want to have some prawns. Now get me some prawns. I want to now have some prawns. And I want to have a couple of big drinks.
Drinks too.
Oh my God, can you believe it? I was just sitting here not having anything, telling people, no, I'm feeling full. I said, then. So you know, when you, so there's an ironical part to it. Something interesting happened, as I always felt. I had let the universe know that I wanted to do films in Tamil. So one day I was somewhere in Lokhandwala and suddenly I get a phone and Mr. T. Ramarao on the line. And he says, can you come down to Movie Tower in Lokhandwala? I said, sure, sir. He said, I want to tell you something. Yeah, come and meet me. Okay? I said, yeah, sure. So I reach Movie Tower. I walk up, he greets me and says, hello, how are you, Ashish? Yeah, very nice. I want to tell you something. I don't want you in my film, but I have a crazy director who wants you.
Oh.
It does me straight.
Oh.
I don't want a crazy director. His name is Dharani and he wants you in the film. The name of the film is Dil. Okay? There's this actor called Vikram. You don't know him, he's an actor. He's doing this film. And again, I don't want you in the film.
Again.
This crazy director wants you. I said, sir, sure. And then he said, listen, I'm not going to pay you any money for this. So I said, sir, then I will not work in the film. They said, of course, I was joking. I said, yeah, sir, I know you were joking. So we had a little joke and banter. And then he looked at me and he said, this is a good role. Okay, I still remember when Mr. Ramarao, in all his joke and everything, when he just said, this is a good role, Ashish. Acha role hai. I said, sir, I'm doing it, sir. And that's how Dil happened. And I came here and I met Dharani. That time he used to go under the name Ramani. And Dharani I met Vikram and Poonchand Rao sir I met. And Rama Rao sir. They were like, you know, I could see Gopi, who was the cameraman. So I made some amazing friendships in that period. And so we made that film amidst tremendous challenges. But I'm very happy that I did that film then.
Super.
Because it altered my life from that point.
How was it working with Vikram in that film?
Amazing. Amazing because, again, as I said, that again, there was a lot of hunger where he was. You know, as I was saying, that at the core of anything in life is hunger. And I could sense in Vikram there was a hunger to wanting to do something amazing. And it was a very small budget film, sir. very small budget films. I remember there was a challenge even how to get a steady cam for a day.
Oh.
It was really that kind of a thing. So there was Vikram, there was Dharani, there was Gopi, who was a camp person, and all of us, we are hungry, we are wanting to do something amazing. It was for me a revelation because I had till then worked in Hindi, and this kind of a working style, fast, early, I was like amazed. But I loved it because I came from a background of theatre. Theatre time is money, okay? Theatre on time, you're always on time. So I loved the professionalism that was brought here. And it was the first time that I had the challenge of speaking another language when I didn't know the language.
Your first South Indian cinema was in Kannada, am I right?
Yes, sir. It was a film
With
called
Shivraj
AK-47. AK-47. Yes. But there I spoke all the dialogues in Hindi.
The role itself was like that.
Yes. So AK-47 was my first film, and
Then you managed to do Telugu films, right? Before Tamil?
no, my first thing after that was there. So actually, I must tell viewers one thing. Sir is better researched on me than I am. So he's asking me some questions. I'm saying that okay. After AK-47, no sir, I'm very clear. I did a film called Papena Pranam. I think you're right, sir. Maybe I'm just thinking with Chakri.
Yes.
Probably Papena Pranam happened before Dil.
Your second film was with J.D. Chakravarti, am I right?
Yes. What is this, sir? Sir, you have done more research on me than I know. So I've got terrible this thing. Yeah, J.D. Chakravarti, we did this film called Papena Pranam. Ramana was the director.
Yes.
But I have a feeling, sir, I was shooting that film around the same time that I was shooting Dil, if I'm not mistaken.
Super.
There could have been, we probably
Parallelly.
released this later.
Yes.
Could be, but because, it was pretty challenging. So here is the difference. So it's Tamil films have actual nativity. Telugu films are big. One of the differences between Tamil and Telugu cinema is in Telugu, things are grand.
Canvas is big.
Canvas is not just canvas is bigger, sir. The characters are also larger than life.
Yes.
Okay, really. Whereas in Tamil cinema, yes, the hero will be larger than life, but all the other people are real people. You say,
Realistic touches.
I know this person. So there is that nativity and the realistic touches there. That is where I find a kind of a similarity between Tamil and Malayalam films.
Yes.
Really rooted some real kind of things. But again, Telugu films, I have had a ball working with some amazing directors, amazing scripts.
Did you get the opportunity to interact with superstar Rajinikanth while you were working in Baba?
Yes. Amazing amount of conversations I had with him, sir. Because we are also shooting in Karnataka, near Mysore. And that was the time we were all staying in a very small lodge sort of a thing. And I really had the privilege of listening to him when he would just chat and I would and they were nearly one-to-ones.
Oh.
And I could just be with him. In fact, I'll tell you what a time it was, sir. This was time before selfies and all that. That time, some students of National School of Drama had come there for a play.
To meet him, eh?
No, they had just come down for a play.
Oh.
And I came to know them. So I said, why don't you come and meet Rajni, sir?
Oh.
So you can imagine how the world was. Now you can't imagine calling somebody, come, I'll get you to meet me. Can't do that.
Correct.
But they came and he sat, met everybody in the lodge, met and everybody, we chatted. So they sometimes tell me, sir, that was not a time, we took photographs also, but we can never ever forget that you just called us in. And that is his greatness, that, he was so completely. And he got me present to something amazing, sir. So by that time, I've worked with quite a few interesting people in different industries. And I remember when, after the shooting, anyone else would he would just remove whatever his makeup, whatever, and he was absolutely fine. And I looked at him, and one thing which I got is that he didn't want to hide who he was. And so he was free.
Correct.
So years later, sir, that's something which stayed with me. I said that I will not live in a created image. So, when I started vlogging, I said I will express myself the way I am. I'll not hide what I look like.
Correct.
I'll not hide it. this is who I am. Can I be okay with who I am and play out into the world? So that was a huge learning from him, that I got that just because you're in films doesn't mean that you try to live up to what they think you should look like. So that was freedom for me. But I'll tell you a funny incident. So some years back I was doing this film. So I will not even name the language, otherwise they will find out. But I'll tell you what we did. This is a joke.
Something like Kissu Kissu State.
Okay. So what happened is that the director, I walk into a set. First of all, he's called me. I want you for this role. I said, fantastic, interesting role, I come to do it. And suddenly in front of the unit, it says, Ashish Vidyarthi, you're a national award winning actor. So suddenly he's saying in front of me, I said, yes, sir. I'm a national award winning director. I said, sir, in this film, you will not do what you do. You will do what I want you to do. So I'm suddenly seeing what is happening. So I don't like argument. I said, surely, sir, absolutely. So I will tell you what to do and then you will do it. Now people around me are looking at me, what's happening? So I said, now I have signed the film. At least 32 days I'm going to shoot with him. Okay, I'm not going to struggle. So I said, absolutely right. So he said, now, picked up the thing, da-da-da-da. And he said, I want you to do this. I said, fantastic, sir. Yes, I said, sir, do it once more. Do it once, as a friend. Then I did it. Very good. Superb. Next shot comes. He takes the scene. Okay. Now I will, again. So you will do like this. I said, once more, sir. This thing. I said, thank you, sir. I said, no, I do that shot. Third shot, the scene comes. I said, sir, please do it once. No, you have understood. I said, no, sir, I want you to do it. So that entire day, I made him do the thing. And then I would say, sir, once more, sir, you just once more show it. So he would once more show.
You made him tired.
And, yeah, and then by the lunchtime, he'll say, Ashish, now you got the character, okay?
Oh.
So now you got it. I said, thank you, sir. So, this is right at the beginning of my career. Now, if I had fought with him, I said, you show me what to do, I'll do it.
Super.
Because, what the funny thing also happens, that remember, acting is something which is everybody likes to do. So some directors, and there are not many, sir. To be honest, there are not many. I've met many directors who are very clear what they want. But they won't enact you and show it. They will just tell you, don't do this. Now you may struggle, sir, this is like, no, I want you to do this. I love that because they are pushing you.
Yes.
They are pushing you. But certain directors who actually want to be actors, so they act. So best is don't resist, ask them to do it. Ask them to do it 5 times, 10 times, and then they will say, you got the character. Nasser is one of them. And I have many interesting tales about him, sir. I've learnt a lot from him. I've learnt the gentleness from him. I've observed that gentleness in him. And many years back, I think we are doing a film, I don't recall which film, so we are driving from here to that small town, and overnight we were driving. And we had stopped at a tea stall. And I was absolutely new. Was it Tamil or something maybe? And I stopped there, and I was very new to Tamil culture. And we are having tea in the morning, and I saw somebody coming and talking to him, and they were talking this way. And because in North, when you meet an actor, people do this, but here they were keeping the distance and that reverence. And so Nasser is somebody whom I have deep regard for, deep respect for. Somebody, so we also spoke a few months back. We were at some online event together. So we were chatting. Again, a lovely, lovely human being, yes. In Ramoji Film City, many years back, we were shooting, and one day he walked to me and said, Ashish, you want to meet Mr. Ramoji Rao? I said, yeah, I would love to meet him. So we landed up. He said, we got a 20 minutes thing, we'll meet him. He said, come. So our shooting was over. We said that, and he had given us 20 minutes. Would you believe it? Ramoji Rao sir sitting on the other side of the table. Arjun and I am sitting here, chatted. We chatted for 1.5 hours. It was amazing.
பரபரப்பான சினிமா செய்திகள், நட்சத்திரங்களின் பேட்டிகள், சினிமா வரலாறு ஆகியவற்றை பார்க்கவும் படிக்கவும் உங்களுக்கான இணையதளம் tourandtalkies.co.